Hello, hello. Welcome back to Coffee with Cam and Hills. Oh my gosh, it's the beginning of the week and I feel like I've already drank all. We're gonna need to get refills.
Definitely need more coffee this morning, and I don't know why.
All this lipstick all over this coffee. I'm just inhaling it. I also feel like I have that like raspy morning voice.
That Monday morning voice where you haven't started the week yet.
Yeah. I feel like Mondays are sometimes the hardest because you're just kind of like, I don't know, the weekend isn't long enough. So you're like, I'm not ready quite yet. And then Tuesday you're like, okay, now I'm in the week. I don't know, it's like a mental game or something.
Definitely. And then Wednesday you're like, okay, we're almost done. We're halfway there.
Yeah.
And then Thursday you're like, all right, we're totally almost there. And then Friday you're like, and I'm already done. All right, great.
I'm done. And then we have our glass of wine and sayonara, right? But we have some fun topics today that we're going to dive into. We have some fun shows to talk about that will be airing today. So we have a good week ahead of us and we have a good day planned today. So, all right, let's let the caffeine, settle and let's dive into some hot topics. All right, so we found this article, according to Fox Business, Mattress Mack.
What a name.
What a name. A Texas furniture salesman loses $9.5 million on a Super Bowl bet. And that is the largest legal sports bet in history. Jeez.
That's a lot of money.
He was feeling good about this game.
He was feeling like the Bengals were going to win it. I mean, obviously, if you're betting $9.5 million on it, you think they're winning.
Yes. And he made the bet when it did look like the Bengals were going to win.
He made a preliminary bet before the game, like way before the game.
Like five.
Yeah. Like a week
just
beforehand.
5 point something million.
Yeah.
Nothing too big.
No big deal. And he actually drove to Louisiana to actually place the bet because he lives in Houston. And so it's actually not that far of a drive. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours to get to Louisiana. Okay. I've made the drive from Houston to New Orleans before.
It's a long drive when you're losing.
Yes. It's a long way home when you're losing.
It's a long way home when you're losing. And I wouldn't want to be there in the, whoever watched the Rams won like right at the end. I mean, it was
down to the wire.
It was down to the wire. So he was probably quite devastated. So he also made a wager through his store.
Yep.
Offering customers who spent $3,000 or more on Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, or Sealy mattress, I don't know why I wrote all of that down, on stuff in his store.
He's a furniture salesman, in case you couldn't tell by his name. Owns the Furniture Gallery in the Houston area. It's a chain of stores.
Yes.
So this was a promotion that they were running pre-Super Bowl.
Yes. Mattress Mack also had a wager going at his store, offering customers who spent $3,000 or more on items within the store their money back if the Bengals won. So that actually brought in a revenue of $20 million. So he's fine.
Yeah. So he lost 9.5, but the store made over 20 million, so net should be fine.
Yes, and I love that the article says, because they interviewed him, and he plans to do more wagers in the future because he feels like it's fun for the customers. I feel like he should ask those customers how they're feeling about that.
Well, I mean, it's a gamble, right? If you get
gamble.
your money,
I mean, they signed up for it, didn't they?
They did sign up for it.
They still have their furniture.
Right, right. And if the Bengals had won, they would get their money back, which is kind of pretty cool.
That is cool.
A piece of clothing or a piece of furniture for free.
Yeah, that's right. I wonder why it seems like he's a Bengals lover. I wonder, is he from what is his connection there?
It's a good question. I was wondering the same thing.
Do you have his number? We should call him, get him on the show. Mattress Mack. You know you want to be on our show.
We want to ask you some questions.
We have some serious questions to ask you.
He and his wife watched the Super Bowl at Camp Hope, which is a residence facility for veterans who are getting back on their feet. So, trying to give back to the community again in that way, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, Mattress Mack. I mean, he's doing good and he's placing some bets. And it was with Caesars Sportsbooks, so they love him.
Yes, they made money, which they're very happy about.
Yeah, Mattress Mack is their fave, for sure.
A really interesting marketing ploy, which I think is...
Well, now everyone knows who Mattress Mack is.
I don't know if I'm ordering my mattress all the way from Texas, just because I don't live all the way there. But next time I move to Texas, I will.
Yeah, we'll just see what the wager is, and if you believe in it, hey, right. Why not? Why not buy some furniture, need it or not? I don't know. It's always nice to switch things up too.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, well, that's enough about Mattress Mack for one day. I'm sure we could talk about it all day. But we are going to go to a commercial break, and we will be right back with more Hot Topics. All right, welcome back. Okay, now we have a very exciting Hot Topic. Well, I kind of geek out over this. But according to CNBC, Virgin Galactic stocks jumped 32% as spaceflight ticket sales opened up with a $150,000 deposit to the public. Mm-hmm. So you can go. Well, if you have, and that's not what it costs to actually go. That's just the deposit.
Right.
So if you have the money, you could go.
I think the minimum ticket price was $450,000.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
But the deposit is $150,000, of which only $25,000 is non-refundable.
Yes, so you will be losing $25,000
regardless, unless you get to go.
Yes,
but
would you go if you could? Is that something you'd want?
I don't know. I think of all the other ways I could spend my money.
Yeah.
And how many other trips I could do around the world.
Yes.
For that much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I never was one of those kids that aspired to be an astronaut. I thought space was cool. Yeah. I think there's just so many interesting things about it.
Yeah, some people are gung-ho.
But it's never been an aspiration of mine.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think I would, unless I had gobs and gobs of money. And it was if it was $450, no big deal. If it was free,
would you go?
Sure.
She's not that enthusiastic.
I've gone bungee jumping and skydiving. Why not go to space? It's fine. I'm
kind of conflicted about it because part of me feels really overwhelmed by the idea of it. I just feel I don't know, something about being detached from this thing that we've been attached to. It's all we know our entire existence.
Right.
I just think it would be a very overwhelming feeling, and I don't know what that would be like. So I feel a little conflicted as to could I physically, could I handle it? I'm sure I could. I think it would be really cool. But as I get older, I'm less adventurous.
Yes.
I think if you asked me this when I was 18, 20, 25, I would have said,
let's do it.
Yes.
Right. Totally.
Let's place a wager. Let's go to the casino.
Let's do it.
Put it all on red. I don't know.
Put it all on space.
Right, exactly. But I think it's just crazy that our world is there now where they're opening up commercial flights.
I think, and similar to you, I have my only trepidation with it really, besides the cost, is astronauts train for so long to get into space.
Yes.
I get it, it's not that long of a flight, so It's not like you're going to be living at the International Space Station or doing maneuvers outside where you do need to train for it.
Right.
But is there training involved in the ticket price? Do you get, or is it just you strap on a suit?
What is the process behind
and you just get in and you're I'm an astronaut now, or I travel to space. You're not an astronaut. Okay, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, do they put you in one of those spinny things to make sure you can handle the levels of the positive G-force and negative G-force that you might experience, and do they have to make sure you don't have a heart condition? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. This article didn't give us all the deets, but I found it just so crazy that we're seeing that this is happening.
Right.
That people can actually, and there's a lot of rich people, so I'm sure this is going to be selling out fast.
They had over 600 signups already.
Yep. There you go.
And I think that the flights only kind of allow for 4 to 6 people. So that's quite a few flights already.
Oh, and it was also saying in the article that you could rent out a whole flight for your family and your friends. So it could be, someone's birthday party.
Yeah.
Just go to space. Party it up. It's 4 minutes though. It's not very long up there, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you got to really make sure that you are prepared to really take it in for just a few moments of time.
Right.
And accept that you spent all of that money as well on just
And I wonder if you get to see that view of Earth, like they show that all the astronauts see from like the space station or whatnot. That would be really cool. I've heard that is like pretty awe-inspiring. Consistently that from astronauts, that's what they say. And that would be a cool situation to be in, but I don't know. Yeah, 4 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not long. You have to really prepare yourself ahead of time to just be able to absorb that moment, that brief moment that you're going to... I'm sure it'll expand, though, over time.
I'm sure it'll expand, and I'm sure the cost will come down somewhat.
Somewhat.
Probably not a lot, but somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, the cost of flying 50 years ago was super expensive.
Right.
And now, you know, you can get a flight for $29 places.
Right. Definitely right now.
So...
You can go to Florida for like $29.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, COVID.
Right?
Oh, boy.
I mean, I remember the recession that happened in 2009. You could get flights to Vegas for $25 on Southwest from the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's very familiar. It is very familiar. Yeah, we really entered, like our generation really entered the workforce at not the best.
No.
Not the best time. We were not welcomed with open arms.
No. It was tough. It was tough out there.
Yep. So we are familiar with this. Yeah. As a lot of people are. Well, that's it for Hot Topics, isn't it? Should we go to another commercial break? And then we're going to come back and talk about the shows airing today. See you in a sec. Hey, welcome back. Today on Your Money, Your Wealth, Joe and Al talk about retirement blind spots. Things can come up that throw a wrench in your retirement plans, and this episode will give you a heads up as to what those things might be and how to handle it. On Life's Third Act, Joe and Jill talk about how to best handle inflation. If you are fearful that these rising costs may impact your retirement plans, this is a great episode for you to watch. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to tune in and watch all of these episodes on
Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or on your phone via our iOS or Android apps.
Bravo. Thank you so much for tuning in today. See you tomorrow.